In three, two, one. Nur, welcome to the Shift Method podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very, very great. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. What have you been up to since last I spoke with you?
Oh, wow. That was like last year in like April.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because my plan was to like go back to Malaysia for my brother's wedding for spring break. And then it ended up I was here for like 5 months. And then you graduated. Everyone graduated. Right? So
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, I didn't get the chance to like meet you guys for the last time. It was like really, really unexpected thing to happen. But since then, I think we video called one time, right? Through Zoom.
I think
Because I
so.
was like, yeah, because I was asking you like how can I make content?
Yes,
Right?
that's
Yeah,
right.
you
That's
said
right. I remember.
yeah, so I was like, because I was freaking out, to be honest, about like my future, because with all the pandemic and my internship was canceled and all that stuff, I was like, am I gonna get a job like
Yeah.
after I graduate? Yeah, so I was like, I need to have a backup plan just in case I don't get a job right after I graduate, right? So that's why I was like contacting you and asking you like, how can I start making contents? Because I really have zero idea, and then you guide me just a little bit, and then I'm not gonna lie, that was like my stepping stone for Barbella, and here Barbella is right now. We have I have trained over 30 women in like, which is crazy, okay? Because I started
Did you
taking
say
like
30? Like
30,
30 since
yeah.
starting?
Mm-hmm.
Nor, that is incredible. Holy crap.
And I started actually taking clients on a serious like basis in January, actually, after I graduate. So that was like, yeah, that was crazy for me.
Whatever you're doing
Uh,
is working, man.
yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
So
So yeah.
when so you went back to Malaysia because
Mm.
pandemic happened.
Mhm.
And then have you been back to the States since?
Yes. So I went back in August for my very last semester, and then I graduated in December. Come back here end of December, so I arrived in January, and then that's when I started the Barbella thing.
So you graduated, you're done, fully done.
Yeah, I'm done with
Awesome.
finance degree.
That's
Okay,
right. Finance major. I was gonna say,
with
I'm pretty sure
finance
she was a
degree.
finance major. Uh,
Yeah.
I guess we should backtrack for everyone a little bit, right? So, because we talked about a lot of things, and we're going to go into each of those in great detail. So, first off, can you just kind of introduce yourself to the people listening or watching? Who exactly are you?
Hi everyone. My name is Nur, and I was a student at Purdue University. So I'm from Malaysia. Studied at Purdue for 2.5 years, and because I went to college before that in Washington for 2 years, got my bachelor degree in finance, and now I would say I'm the founder of Barbella
That's
Fitness
right.
in Malaysia, training over train over 30 women to create a healthy lifestyle, be more confident in their body, help them achieve their fitness goals, basically.
That is amazing. We're going to dive more into that because we've talked here and there about some stuff, but I wanted to save it for this conversation because I haven't asked you too many specifics about that. The key takeaway for those who didn't listen is that she's over in Malaysia right now. So I'm recording this at about 8:15 on, God, what's day? Tuesday. So now it's 8:15 a.m. on her time. So I appreciate you again. We're trying to work this out with the awkward time change. It's either going to be early morning and late night for one of us in some way. So she's over there the next day, 8 a.m. Now, so finance major, came to Purdue. You had a stop in Washington State before you went to Purdue, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so what made you want to go to Purdue University from Malaysia? And specifically, what made you want to go into finance?
So the thing is, I was young and dumb before I went to the US. I got a scholarship. I went to interviews and I got the scholarship to go to the US. And then I got like these few choices of like majors that I can take in the US. Honestly, my sponsor was really, really flexible. I can take any major except for like medicine. I think I cannot study medicine, which I don't want to anyway. So and then I was dumb. Yeah, I was dumb, and I didn't research anything. Okay, I was just so excited. I just want to go to the US. Okay. So I was like, but if I study engineering, it might be too hard. If I study anything like in science, it might be too hard. So I want to like take it easy and find what's, easy to learn, and just graduate because I just want to be in the US. That's basically what I want. So when I need to like submit what major I want to study in, I was just like, okay, I'm not into engineering. I don't want to study until like calculus 3. And I also don't want to study a lot of science. So it's like, maybe finance would be easy. So I want to study finance. And then I was sent to community college in Washington for actually 1.5 years. I love Washington. It's just like, I think when I was in community college, I didn't grow as much as I was in the university. So I was like, I need to finish community college as fast as I can so that I can go to the university and like grow, So the 2 years program, I finished in 1 year and 3 months, just because I want to finish it as fast as I can. And then what makes me want Purdue University? Actually, this is also a dumb answer. It's like when I was like citing stuff, when you like write a paper or anything, I was like, okay, let's go to Purdue and find how to like, citation methods and stuff, right? So Purdue, OWL, I don't know if people call it Purdue All or not.
Yeah.
It was like my number one reference to write citation.
Yeah.
So when I was like trying to like apply to university, I was like, okay, because probably because I think I have a decent CGPA, so I think that I can go like to any decent university, right? I mean, not like Harvard and stuff. So still good university. So I was like, okay, why not? I applied to Purdue. I applied to like a few other universities actually, and then I got accepted to actually IU and also Purdue. But then I was like, I know, right? And then I also want to take it easy because if I go to IU, I need to like apply again to go to the business school. While
so they have like a two-phase admission. You got to get into the school and get into the business school.
Yes, okay. Exactly. And then at Purdue, I go straight away to the business school. So I was like, I'm just gonna take the easy route, So I go to Purdue, and it's like the best decision I've made in my life.
Why was Purdue?
So that's how I go to Purdue.
No, go ahead.
Because why is Purdue like the best decision I've made in my life? You mean? Because I never thought I would be where I am right now, and I don't think I would be here in my position right now if I don't go to Purdue. So that's why. Because like from business school, and suddenly like this is a shift method.
It might be a shift, right?
But this is like a real like how can I go from business to fitness and combine it together and make it something else? I don't think I would experience that if I go to IU. I don't know why. Maybe because like the business school there is just like too stressing. But that's why I say like my life at Purdue, it was a really, really balance. I think I can balance my passion and also my study at the same time, which is great, which I'm so grateful for until today.
Hey, if going to Purdue is a dumb mistake, man, then you're doing the right thing, because like you mentioned, like Purdue's not just some university. It is a tremendous, elite university. So the fact that you were able to go there, even IU, like, I got to give them their credit, man. They're a phenomenal school. So you had great options at your disposal. And I know you definitely got the most you could out of Purdue. Now, so you go there for the business side of things, or the finance side, because you mostly the degree was kind of the secondary thing. You wanted to be in the US to, experience the States, experience what it's like to be here in America. How did you then start getting into fitness? And I remember when I first met you, correct me if I'm wrong, the first time I met you was at the time it was a corrective exercise workshop that you signed up for, right? It's like this free thing we offered. I think that was the first time we met, right?
Correct.
So how did you start getting into fitness? Was it you just started going to the gym and then you did that, or how did you kind of get into working out?
Okay, so I started like fitness when I was in Washington. So actually, when I was in Washington, I broke up with my ex-boyfriend who was in Malaysia. And then I was like, I was dumb again. And I was just like crying out every single day. And at one point I was like, I cannot do it. Like, I can't be in my room and just cry, I need to do something. I need to like find myself again, find my the confidence in myself, do something, just move. So from there, actually, I started going like not going to the gym. I was just like using the treadmill for almost 6 months, running every single day. If I don't go running outside, I would run in the gym. So that's basically everything that I do. And then I remember I learned upright row, okay? The upright row with the easy bar. So I was like, oh, cool. This is one lifting that I know how to do. And that's the only thing I do. So I would go to the gym, run on the treadmill and use the easy bar to do upright row. And that's all. That's the only exercise I know how to do, because I don't know how to squat. I don't know a lot of things. I tried hip thrust at that time, like looking at like Instagram posts, all these influences. So it's like, okay, that's cool. Let's try. I was like, oh, this doesn't feel great. So I was like, okay, upright row feels great. And I'm very, very comfortable in doing that. I don't feel like intimidated at the gym. So I would just do upright row, like 3 sets of upright row. At that time, I didn't even know what is sets, what is reps. That's how much, like, I don't know about fitness. I was just like, I know how to run. I run, I do upright row, I go back and repeat. And then because like I like a lot of fitness stuff on my Instagram. So I think the algorithm sent me a lot of fitness influences, all this nutrition stuff on my Instagram, and I become obsessed, which is not like a good thing if I think about it right now, because I was obsessed with like wanting to lose weight. I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk in kgs here. Okay, so I was
all my
like,
Americans, you're gonna have to bear with her, unfortunately, but the metric system's more accurate anyway, so let's do it.
By 2.4, 2.2, yeah.
Yep.
So I was 62 kgs when I was in Washington when I first started, and all I want to do was lose weight, okay? Because like I think that is how I'm gonna gain my confidence, if I lose weight, I'm gonna be confident. So that's why I run every single day. I try not to eat. I do upright row, of course. And then all these Instagram things go out, and like how the people in the US, they always like encourage you to eat more, try to have like a healthy relationship with food. And I just like I like that idea, but I just cannot implement it in my life.
Mhm.
So actually I lose almost 10 kgs. Actually it's 10 kgs. I lose 10 kgs in that 6 months. And I still don't love myself. That's the thing. Okay, that's the thing that I realized. I lose the weight because I was like, okay, maybe if I'm like 55 kgs, I would love myself more. And then I became 55, and then I was like, I don't love myself. I still think I'm fat. And then I was like, I'm gonna lose more weight. And then again, I restrict myself from eating a lot of food, and then I lose again to like 52. And then at that point, I was like, I'm still not loving myself. And I just like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like running every single day, not eating enough food. I tried intermittent fasting, and that was like the worst, the worst week of my life because as a morning person, like I wake up very early and not getting to eat anything until 12 noon. It was a really hard thing for me, and I have been eating breakfast all my life.
Mhm.
So I tried all these different diets and all that stuff, and I know it's not working. And then I start to like just eating like a lot, and I gain more and more weight, up to I think I was like 58 or something like that. And then that is when I actually was like, oh, I don't want to lose weight anymore. I'm just like, can I just be happy?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, because all this stuff, all this like losing and gaining weight is all this stuff is not making me happy. So it's like, can I just be happy? So that's what my fitness goal was. I just want to be happy. I started lifting a little bit. Just I think I only learned how to squat, and I don't know anything else. I tried to bench. I cannot even bench the bar. So I was like too afraid to try again. And then I went back to Malaysia for like 3 months before I go to Purdue. And then at Purdue, okay, when I was at Purdue in the beginning, I also didn't know what is sets, what is reps. I have no idea what the heck is that. And I just like squat. I think I squat a lot. Every
Squat's
time
a
I go
good
to
exercise, man.
I know. And that's what I'm confident with. So I squat a lot. And I still don't count reps. I don't know what is progressive overload. But I remember I actually learned how to bench from one of the fitness consultant. Rauna. Am I saying his name right?
Say again.
Rauna. Rauna.
Oh,
I don't know
oh,
if
that
I'm
doesn't feel
saying.
bad. I think you're saying it correct.
Yeah. So I was just like, I was like trying to ask them how to like do stuff, but I'm just like so scared. So I think like I took a whole week to just find the energy to ask them how to like do bench.
Mhm.
And then so he showed me how to do bench. And I was like, oh cool. I can bench the bar now.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember the last time I said I cannot bench the bar? So I
Mhm.
can bench the bar. And then that is when I was like started to like learn a little bit about other exercises along the way. And then I just like love to see all the workshop and just try something new. So that's why I go to the exercise workshop. And that
Mhm.
also changed my life for good. Can you imagine how much you changed my life, Damien?
I remember that was the like I mentioned, that was one of the first
Yeah,
times that was the first time that we met.
that
And
was the
then
first time that we met.
I don't even
Yeah.
think you were a fitness consultant at that point. I think you were just a
What?
student. I said, I don't think you were a fitness consultant at that point. I
Yeah,
think
no,
you were
no,
just a
no.
student.
Yeah. I was just a student who doesn't know what I'm doing. So it's just like, why not we go to the exercise workshop, corrective exercise workshop. So, and it's free. So
Yeah.
why not? Free.
Can't beat
and,
that, man.
And I was in a group with you because you group people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like you were my PT.
Yes.
Yeah. So and I was like always intimidated with all trainers because I think like they are judging me. I mean, they are not. Now I'm a trainer. Now that I know that we don't judge people, we don't judge their form. We just want to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel actually with like fitness consultant and personal trainers when I first started. So I was like, oh no, the blue shirt guy. I don't want to squat now. I'm just gonna wait until it pass by, and then I'm gonna squat. Which I think we need to like tell more people, because maybe there are people that feel the same way that I did. Just felt so intimidated to do things because they are afraid people are gonna judge. But now as a trainer, like I understand that we don't judge people. We just love to see them trying something new. And if we can help them to like make it any better, we would. That's all. So
That's
do
the
not be
ultimate goal.
afraid.
Yeah. And I know that they're, I would say that's what a good trainer doesn't judge people, right? Because we know there's just like in any profession, there's good and bad, or there's better and worse examples of the profession. So I've heard horror stories of, people interacting with trainers and the things they say. And I'm like, I can't believe they've actually said those things. So I understand the fear that people have of maybe judgment from trainers, but just know that you find yourself a good trainer like Nur, they're not there to judge you. They're there to help you. They're there to be your cheerleader. They're there to walk you through every step of the way. And I want to really quickly go on a little tangent here, because that story you just outlined with, thinking, oh, my confidence will be better when I lose weight. That is a universal feeling. It does happen for men too, but just anecdotally, I could say, and I guess like societally, women have this, I think, perception from media, from the way we're taught, that you will feel better when you lose weight. And I know you don't need to lose weight. I've seen you before. So thinking that you lost 10 kilograms, like, 22 plus pounds, I can't even imagine that you've lost that much weight, because you didn't have much weight to lose anyway. So, but it's a common thing, right? Whether, determining a what's considered a normal or a healthy weight for someone's a complicated thing, right? Different people, different anatomy, different genetics, they're going to be at different weights. We have rough estimates, but BMI isn't the not necessarily best indicator, but we can use things like waist circumference and body fat percentage to say, hey, this is a good, healthy place to be, to make sure that we're, protecting ourselves against disease like cardiovascular or metabolic disease. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure, like, are we getting our regular exercise? Are we happy? Does our body feel good? And, overall, are we having healthy measures otherwise, like controlling blood pressure and any other things that we might have going on? But the narrative is that once you lose weight, even if you don't have weight to lose, once you fit into those pants, right? Once you go one notch smaller on the belt, once you get in that bikini, your confidence is going to go up. And maybe it will for a minute. Maybe you put on something and you fit into something smaller. And maybe for a moment you do. And I'm not trying to discourage weight loss by any means. I would never do that for people who are, understandably so, trying to lose weight to better their lives because it would make them, healthier. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, even if you are someone who is trying to lose weight for the right reasons, know that just because the weight comes off, it doesn't necessarily mean that the confidence will come by itself, because you have to develop a love for yourself, which, yes, comes with taking care of yourself, feeding yourself, not starving yourself, right? Because that's not a long-term solution. Enjoying the exercise that you're doing, finding other things that are meaningful in your life, like being social with friends, finding hobbies that you like, having relationships that you enjoy, enjoying your job or finding meaning in your job. Those are the things that are going to make you happy and be more confident, not just purely did the scale go down a pound or two.
And I really like the phrase, you can love your body and still want to change it,
1000%, Nor. I always tell, I'm sorry, I want to let you finish, but I have to say this, right? This goes to judgment. the number on the scale does not change your worth as a human being.
True.
Meaning, just because you're, I'm using an example, 5'6", 300 pounds, versus when you're 5'6", 150 pounds, your value as a human being did not change. You are still valuable. You're still an important person. You still have people who love you. What does matter for yourself is your health. And you can love yourself and work on loving yourself better as you're changing, because hopefully in some capacity, we're trying to change, evolve, and grow all the time.
Mm-hmm. True.
Nor, did you want to add to that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No. What you're saying, I agree. And it's just like I always stick to that phrase of like, you can love yourself, you can love your body and still want to change it, because I think it's very, very important. I got a lot of questions whenever I do like Q&A on my Instagram. There are a couple of times I got a question on like, how can I be more confident? I'm fat and I have lots of pimples. And I was like, find the values in you instead of like waiting for you to like lose some weight, get a flawless skin to be confident, because like the confidence always comes from the inside. It doesn't come from like your appearance and then you become confident. I mean, it does just a little bit, I think. Of course, when I put some makeup on, I am more confident compared to like when I'm not on my makeup.
Of course, we're visual creatures at the end of the day. Like there's no escaping that part, understandably so.
But like you need to find the values in you, what you can bring to the world to make it a better place, for even for like a single person or even for a cat, you know? How can you make the world a better place for something or someone? And the values, that is what you need to like find and like know what you have in order for you to help other people. And I always say like, if you take care of your health, or like if you want to lose weight, you know, be healthy, this will just add more values in you, because like when you are healthy, you can help more people, you can live longer, hopefully, and just like bring more goods to the world. So yes, you aim to be healthy, you aim to lose weight, but just remember that will just add more value in you, but it doesn't mean that you don't have any value at all. You already have your values. Taking care of your health will just bring more values in you. Yeah,
1000%. And losing weight to serve yourself to be healthier, if you are someone who in fact would benefit from losing weight, is just one way of you to improve your health. True. What are you doing to help with your psychological health, right? Something that thankfully is being talked about a lot more. How are you mitigating stress, or, you know, dealing with your emotions in terms of finding ways to regulate your mood better? How are you with your sleep? How are you with your relationship with food? How strong are you? Because we know strength is an important thing that people should work on, because it's overlooked quite a bit. A lot of people, roughly half the people in the United States, get their cardiovascular exercise, but only about a quarter get their resistance training. So we know that resistance training is kind of forgotten about because it's to some people scary, intimidating, or there's a perception that it's going to hurt them. But are we getting stronger? So know that weight loss for specific people is just one part of health. There's a multitude of things that you can work on to try and improve your overall being.
True.
Now, so you talked a little bit about being a fitness consultant, right? Working at Purdue. What made you apply for that job?
The fitness consultant. So actually I went to like a conference. It's called a Barbella Does the Leadership Conference. It was like for the business school students, and I was there. We was just like I think it was like a 2 days conference, and we just talk about go for the things that you want. Okay, what are your goals? So we did a SMART goal. Okay, And everyone, okay, literally everyone next to me in my group, everyone says that they, all this business stuff, like, basically. And then when we are making smart goals, they would talk about investment, about about business basically. And I was like, that thing, I love it. I never wake up one day and feel like, hey, I'm so excited to do this analysis for what I want to invest in stocks today. I never wake up like that. I can learn that. I think it's very, very beneficial for your financial, but I just never wake up feeling excited about it. So I was the only person who actually wrote my SMART goals on how I want to be a personal trainer, like when I want to get certified. This is, yeah. So, and then when we were sharing in the groups, everyone was, wow, this is like so different, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, but I think that was like the bravest thing I did, because I don't know why we were set in a group. We don't choose our group mates. And out of all people, I was the only group where I was the only girl. And there are like, I think 4 or 5 other guys in my group. Okay. And I was a sophomore that time. And we have 2 mentors who are a senior, and they very encouraged me to do what I love, because they see how passionate I was when I tell my story. So I need to thank him too, because he always, his name is Matthew. He always check out on me, like, oh,
Shout out to Matthew.
how is it going with like your goals and stuff like that. I was like, any other mentors in that conference might not ask like their mentees right after the conference. It was only a 2 days conference, and we don't spend like 24 hours with us. But I think like I was like very vulnerable in that group, so he always checked out on me. Even after he graduated, he still check out on me. And I told him I am a personal trainer now. And it was like, wow. But yeah, that is how I know I want to become a personal trainer, but I just don't know where to start.
How did you know that you wanted to be a trainer? Like what? Like here you are. You're in a different country. You're in the middle of Indiana. You have a couple experiences that you like with the gym. Why did you want to be a personal trainer specifically? What was calling you?
Because I think I have a story of how like I lose weight and not be confident and all. And I know there's a lot of people, especially in Malaysia, that also feel the same way. And we have lack of people, especially women, in this field to help them with that. So I was like, I need to be that person. So I need to do something, even though I am learning something else. I'm studying finance. And to be honest, like I get like, I think my family wasn't really happy about it.
I was gonna say that has to be tough.
Yeah, even me going to the gym, my family doesn't really like it. But I'm the youngest in my family, and the youngest is the most stubborn usually, right? Am I right? And I just like, okay, yeah, you don't like it, I still go to the gym. And then I applied the fitness consultant, even though I know, I think I thought I wasn't qualified for that, because I need a CPR, right? And I actually took the CPR course way before like I applied the fitness consultant, because I thought I need to like have the CPR certificate first, then apply. So I was like, yeah, let's just apply. I don't know if I don't try, I don't know what will happen. And I remember you emailed me saying like, oh, we don't have any like vacancies right now at first, and we haven't met that time. So you just emailed me because I applied way before then. And then after we met, you also encouraged me like to apply for the fitness consultant position, because you said you started with being a fitness consultant. And that is like when I started to learn a lot, because I think like our friends, they helped me a lot. I learned a lot. I learned about hypertrophy. I learned about reps, sets, all that stuff with all our friends. I don't think I would learn that much if I just like, because I'm not that kind of person who like just Google stuff. Hey, what is that? What is rep? No, what is hypertrophy? I need to have that outside pressure so that I learn. So when someone talks to like whoever works with me about like, oh, what can I do to make my squat better and stuff like that. So like I go back and Google like, oh, okay, like knees cave in, what the heck is that? You know, because I need to know something because I'm a fitness consultant, right? I don't want to be there and like be so like look so dumb, not knowing anything, just like standing right there with my blue shirt. So I love the outside pressure that I get. Nobody gives that pressure to me. I just give it to myself. And I just start to learn more, ask people more. And actually, you remember I signed up for the Olympic weightlifting class.
Yes, I do, with Claire teaching at the time, right?
So the thing is, when I, also the funny thing, okay? I don't know what is Olympic weightlifting. Okay, I don't know at all. I just thought, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna learn how to lift something, right? And this is cool. I need to learn how to lift weights. So I signed up for that, not knowing I'm gonna snatch and clean and jerk. So that was like, I think funny, but it's also a life changer, because I feel more comfortable, especially in the platform room. I would never ever put my foot in there if I didn't go to the Olympic weightlifting class. So with that, I think like I learned a lot. I learned to, embrace and like celebrate all my progress, even just a little bit, because I couldn't even snatch the 15 pound, 35 pounds bar. I cannot even snatch that at first. I was using the training bar, the 15 pounds bar, or I think 20, I don't remember. But I was just snatching that. I was just clean and jerking that. And then I just like celebrate every little things that happen. Oh, I got to snatch the bar today, you know, all that stuff. And that from there, I feel more and more confident being at the gym, because I kind of know what I do. And then that is when I start going outside to like learn stuff with dumbbells and stuff. If not, I'm just gonna do squats all my life.
You should. I'm gonna be doing squats till the day they put me in the dirt, man. I'm gonna be doing them
to my funeral.
That's right. That's right. Bring the rack to the funeral, because I will be there.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of the cool thing, right? So, started from the first interaction I saw you, which is cool because I didn't know that story about the SMART goal. So that's a really cool story to know about, and how you kind of want to work with. You had an experience, and we'll get more we'll talk a little bit more about as we get into Barbella.My and going into like what you do specifically and like kind of your mission, but taking your experience as a woman in weightlifting, or a woman who's trying to get active, and taking the negative experience that you had and trying to be like, maybe I can provide positive experiences for people as a coach, as a trainer, to help them better themselves. Going to the corrective exercise workshop, becoming a fitness consultant, and then going to the weightlifting or the Olympic weightlifting class. So you're starting to, dip your feet in, get yourself a little experience in all these other places, just trying to, find any which way you can to just gain more knowledge and get more comfortable.
True.
And ultimately brings you to the ACE prep course, right?
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
Love it. I think if I just study the textbook, I also will not be who I am today. And I was like, I think there was also like a pressure for me to get the certificate before I graduate, because in Malaysia, it's so expensive. It's so expensive. It's like 5 times more expensive
Really?
than, yeah.
Wow.
For the same course. With just 9 classes, and then you go to the exams. And I have people that DM me asking how I got my certification and stuff. And this is people from Malaysia. And I feel sorry for them, because first they pay a lot, and like one of them actually like didn't pass, and I was like, that's a lot to pay to like retake the exam, right?
Yeah.
And because they don't get the same experience as what I get. We work with real people, even though it was just like our classmates.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember, it was like so funny to just train Tammy.
Yes.
I was like, hey Tammy, how are you? How's your grandkids?
Yep.
To train each other. But I think that is like one thing that we cannot get anywhere else. I just hope that more people, or like more institution would do this. And I hope practical things is also included in like the certification itself, because you can read the textbook, you can memorize everything and still pass, but it doesn't make you a good trainer,
1,000. Or I know you've only, haven't seen the last couple of podcasts, but, and I know people are going to get tired of me saying it, but it's very, very true. Anyone can read a textbook and take an exam and pass it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that you know how to interact with and train a human being.
True.
And that practical experience from the course, while not perfect, right? Because we use, mock clients and examples, you can't replace that experience. And if it were possible, I know it's another barrier to entry. So I always go back and forth on this one, because, if people have to meet in person, that means less people are going to sign up. I get that. But if every trainer just had, even if it was just a day where it's like, we're going to learn about rapport building, assessments, programming, and like client interaction. If there was just like a 1 day, 6 to 8 hour seminar that you were like required to go to after you got your cert, or like while you're studying for your cert, I think that would make just a world of difference for people.
True. Because the textbook don't teach much about the communication side of things, how to make people not feel intimidated when they meet you, how to make them feel more comfortable to like talk about their problems, and like how we can help them to achieve their goals. The textbook don't teach that. The exam doesn't include that. So it really is another skill that we need to learn. And one of the things that we can do is like learn from experience, of course. But imagine how many people we have like make them intimidated to learn that process in a way. I'm still learning with all my clients. I'm still striving to get better every single day, especially in the communication side of things. But I think what we learned, what we did in the practical, it helps me a lot to like just start. For the basic thing, it helps me a lot already. So I'm very, very grateful for the price that I pay is really, really worth it compared to like the 5 times more expensive.
Absolutely.
And not getting the same experience. So really, really grateful for that. And I just hope that as you say, I think your idea would change the world so much if you just do like 1 day of just how to like interact with like your clients. It does.
Just trying to shift things over here. Hopefully we'll figure it out one day.
Yeah.
So you go through the prep course, you finish it. you get accepted and you become a personal trainer for Purdue's Recreation and Wellness Center. So now that dream, that goal that you wrote down is finally realized. That's a rare feeling for people because, you know, sometimes for some people, unfortunately, dreams don't always come true. So what was that feeling like getting the job as a personal trainer at the rec and ultimately passing your ACE exam? What did that feel like?
Oh, wow. I think I jumped when I get, you know, you get the result immediately after the exam, right?
Yep.
And I was so happy. I was driving from, I took the exam at Ivy Tech. So it was like quite a long drive to go back to my home. And I was just like smiling the whole and like singing. I don't remember what I listened to, but like I was just singing. I was like, that was like the best day of my life, I thought. But okay, I thought once I'm the kind of person, okay, who always say like, okay, once I get this, I can do this. Okay. So like I said, like once I lose weight, I'm gonna gain confidence. And then same thing with like the fitness stuff. I was like, once I get the certification, I got the credential, right? People trust me. I can go to the social media and like talk about fitness because I'm credible. And I don't feel that. And then I face the imposter syndrome, which
that's a very common thing again, man.
Really
it's very common.
Like, I was about to change people's life. What if I change people's life to the worst, not to the better, right? What if I don't give results to my clients? I start to like question myself. And then I started like, even when I want to like share stuff on social media, I started to feel like I have a lot of like good friends who are like trainers, who are really, really good at their job, who knows what they're doing, who have programmed like thousands of programs and just don't say much on Instagram. So who am I to actually like say a lot on Instagram and, you know, like try to be like smarter than them? That was like my mindset that time. So it took me so long to actually like share the stuff that I know because I felt intimidated with other trainers. I mean, they are really, really good people. I really love them. I just felt intimidated because I think they are very, very smart. And I am not in the best position to like share all this stuff because I think they would say it better than I can. Which is very, very wrong. I think even though as a beginner, and that is like what I'm trying to like work on myself every single day to do not wait for the perfect time to actually start doing something. I should have started talking about fitness, about like workouts and stuff, even before I become a personal trainer because you know, there are a lot of other people who know zero about fitness and they just want to, you know, learn something new.
Yeah.
But a lot of like good people, very good at programming, very good at like, you know, training people, they just don't share stuff. So why don't you share your knowledge? Because like you have the platform, you know what you want. I know I want to build like a business in fitness. So why don't you just share? But it took me so long to just like find the energy to do that. But I mean, I think I progressed a lot from,
I'd say so.
From the first day that I was certified. It was January 2020. So it was not long ago. A lot of people was very, very they don't believe that I was certified in January 2020 because like they look at me and say like, oh, I thought you were for like you have become a personal trainer for so long already. I was like, no, actually and Barbella, I just started in January, so
yeah.
Yeah. But once you come to the social media and just be confident. Of course, you need to still keep on learning, but present yourself, be confident, share what you know, not what you don't know. People are gonna see you as like the person who they trust about fitness. So that's what happened. And I see, like, if I go out on Instagram, people are gonna follow me, people are gonna DM me asking like, hey, can you check my squat or whatever it is, right? Just talk to me about fitness. But if I still like in my mindset 1 year ago, I would just like, nobody would trust me, right? Even though I have like the ACE certified personal trainer on my profile, nobody's gonna trust me because I don't show up. So one thing that I learned is just, you need to show up, tell people what you know, and be confident, because there are a lot of people who knows zero about fitness and they need to know something. Okay, they need to start. Like when I first wanting to like do all the contents, I was like, everybody knows how to squat. I'm gonna show squat like in a lot of videos. Like, why would I just copy? Like, you know, everyone is showing, YouTube is showing how to do squats. Everyone is showing how to do squat. But I think your personality is what people are gonna love the most.
Yes.
So just show up. Just show up as you are. Still working on it, but trying.
Well, you're doing a good job. And you touched on a few key points. First one, I'll kind of kick off with a quote, which kind of relates to everything you said. The quote goes something, I can't remember the person who made it, which is going to piss me off, but if you Google it, you'll find it. And it goes something like this: we live in a world where those who are intelligent think they know nothing, and those who are dumb think they know everything.
True.
It's unfortunate because oftentimes people who may not be as informed or may not have the education sometimes can get away with being confident and can be on a platform and just give information, whether it's good information or not. My personal opinion, the hallmark of a true professional is someone that does question what they know, not necessarily being, not confident, but having the ability to say, man, I have a lot of power as a trainer, right? With this certificate, I can now give advice. I can prescribe exercise. I can work with someone to help change their life, right? So it's a lot of power. And when people who truly care realize that, it's intimidating and serious. It's like, I can be the person or the catalyst or the resource for people to work towards changing their life and realizing their goals. That's a lot of pressure and responsibility on yourself. And then on top of that, it's like you said, right? The imposter syndrome, which is a very common thing. It's like, here I am at Purdue. Again, for those who don't know about Purdue, it's a very competitive, very academic based school. I know it's primarily engineering, agricultural, but there is also a phenomenal health and kinesiology department. And there were some really, really smart, talented, competent trainers on staff. And I know for a new trainer, that can be intimidating. It's like, wow, there's 40 other people on staff, and half of them are going to, like, because they're getting ready to graduate, like half of them are going here and getting this internship and getting this job, and they know this much, they've been training this long. That's all very intimidating. But here's the key, and Nur said it, this is kind of like the second point, is even if you feel like you're being an imposter, as long as you're doing so, or you're going to share the content in a genuine manner with the information you have in a way that you're trying to positively impact people, that's how you know you're moving in the right direction. So you take what knowledge you have and you start posting, you start spreading the word, you start providing education, you start providing services to people. And then along the way, you'll learn more, you'll gain more experience, and you can refine and tweak, but you have to keep going. You have to start doing. And I'll never forget, I think it was in the beginning of COVID when I got stuck at home. I want to say maybe back in April or March, and you were just creating content. You were starting to get into the habit of creating content for you'd come up with a name and yeah. And it was like, you got stuck on this one part, which is like, I don't know what to do with the logo. I don't know like what exactly to do with it. And you were stuck on the logo for a minute. And I was like, something along the lines of like, Nur, you can make it. And this comes from one of my mentors, Lucas Woody. I'm like, no one cares what the Nike logo is, right? No one cares what the McDonald's logo is. They remember it because of the product and the service they provide. Make something that is, visually appealing, make something that you think is cool. But that at the end of the day, what matters is your mission and what you want to do. And you just got to pick something and start rolling with it and start making content. And I think after that conversation or a few others we had, you're like, I'm just going to start doing the damn thing. I'm just going to start taking action and run with it.
Yeah. I love your motto, like do the damn thing.
Do the damn thing.
Do the damn thing. Yeah.
That's the only way. That is the only way to do it. It will, because you're like me in a lot of senses, that you're a perfectionist in some regards, right? It's like, it has to be perfect. I have to have all the knowledge. I have to have all the things. It has to be completely aligned and ready to go. It's never going to be. And you have to, and people don't like to hear that because they're like, well, no, then it's just going to be shitty work. And it's not going to be like, it's not going to be a good product that I put in front of people. Make it the best that you can, but don't wait forever. And that's the thing too, like we're in a field where information is constantly changing. So you could do all your research. You can be a good trainer. You can do your due diligence to make sure you dot your I's and cross your T's. But then 5 years later, some new research comes out and everything you once thought changes at the drop of a hat.
True.
Once I realized that, how just we're in a field that deals with people and science and how we understand people evolves over time. Once I became comfortable with like, there's a chance that everything I said might be wrong one day. And that's okay, because I'll correct myself when the time comes. Once I could do that, life got so much easier. And making content and providing education and positioning myself and my confidence and my view of myself as a professional who can work towards helping people changed tremendously.
Mm-hmm. And I remember the first time we called, you actually say like, do not think about the font. Because I was like, I still remember that until today. Like whenever I want to like do stories or anything, right? I was like, okay, this font is not pretty. This one is not. This one, like I was like wasting too much time on the things that doesn't bring. It's like eye catching. It's gonna be eye catching, like, but it doesn't bring values that much to people, to like the thing that I want to say. So up till today, I was like, and I think this is also like a really good learning process, because once you start making content, it becomes more and more easier. For example,
because it's a skill, like anything else. You have to do repetitions.
True, and you finally you're gonna stick with like 1 or 2 fonts, right?
Exactly.
But the process to get to that font is just like, okay, this one is not cute, this one is okay, but I don't see the words that much. All the overthinking thing stop us from like doing what we should do, which is like educating people. And I just want to tell you like one funny, not funny, I still feel guilty for that. But like I said to you, right, I'm the kind of person who always say like, once I do this, I will do this. Once I get this, I will do this. Okay, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna like show up on a lot, right, on my Instagram. And I was like, I'm gonna make a YouTube video educating people and stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna wait until like I got a good equipment to film myself, to film my workout. So I was using that excuse to actually not doing content for a very, very long time. And I was like, when I have enough money, I bought like a really, really good camera, okay, for recording and stuff. And I spent a lot of money for that. But then the camera is there. I'm not using it. Everything is with my phone. So I was like, why am I? Because like with that thing, I was like,
because you think it's got to be perfect. You got to have everything ready, and you start preparing, and then you don't end up doing it.
And then I just realized that I don't know how to use that camera that much. Of course, I can learn. I'm still like, I just need to like find, the motivation to learn how to use the camera, because I think it's not my priority right now, but I know it's going to be useful for me one day. But I think I still feel guilty for that, because I spent a lot of money for that and not using it. And I just make contents with my phone, which, you know, are with me and so much easier to use. And that's what I always tell my clients: do not wait for anything, you know, do not wait for the perfect time, because the perfect time is actually right now. Okay. Even when they want to start their program or anything, right? And like, oh, I'm just gonna wait until like the semester ends, so I have like more time to work out. I was like, no, you need to do it now, so that once the semester starts again, you know how to manage your time and fit in your workout in your schedule. You know, if you learn all this stuff when you are in a semester break, 3 months not doing anything, and of course you have 24 hours for yourself, you can do all the workouts. But once you go back to school, you're not going to do anything, because you don't know how to manage time when the school starts. So that's why I always tell people, like, do not wait for the right time. The right time is right now.
The right time is right now. That is absolutely right.
I'm saying it to myself too. Okay, the right time is right now. So and I always keep in mind that the first whatever thing that we do, okay, the first time we do something scary, it's not going to be the best thing that we do. So like for videos, okay, the first video that we make is not going to be the best video, but it will get better over time. So that's why if you don't start now, you're going to take longer times to be better. And even with like my business, I'm not confident with like Barbella at first. I am still not, but I'm just like fake it till you make it, right?
You got it. That's right.
Because if I don't start now, I know in Malaysia, I can see in Malaysia right now, people are starting to like learn and aware about like strength training in women. So I know if I don't start now, if I wait for like another 4 years, 5 years, I'm gonna have a lot of competition, which is good, which is healthy. But to be in this field and like for people to like know you first, I need to start right now. So that's why at first I was thinking maybe I should find a job in finance first and just do this as a part-time thing. And then I think I told you this before, right? I want to work in finance. I don't want to work in finance, but I'm just gonna work in finance and do this as a part-time thing. And once I am stable enough, I will do this full time. But the thing is, first right now it's very, very hard to get a job. The working in finance in Malaysia is crazy, because I have a lot of seniors that I know studying in the US that works in finance now. They go to work at like 7:30 a.m. Facing the traffic. There are a lot of traffic here during like peak hours, right? And then you go back home at like 8 p.m. the earliest, or like 9 sometimes.
So you're doing 12-hour days at least.
Yeah. So it's like, if you want to work with a good company, what I'm saying, like if you want to work with a good company, that's your sacrifices that you need to face. I mean, it's good money, but it's also like a really huge sacrifice. And I was thinking, like, if I work in finance, I go back home at 8 p.m. All I want to do is just eat dinner, shower, and sleep. Okay.
Yeah.
Where would I put my workout? Like, the gym is not open before. Gym here is not open at 5:30 a.m. like Purdue Rec. Well, we open at like 8. Some gyms open at 10. So like there's no way I can go to the gym before that, and there's no way I'm gonna go to the gym after that, because like I am just exhausted from work. And when am I gonna program my clients if I want to do this part-time? So that's why I was like, okay, let's just try this. And I would say like I am currently making like a fresh grad, salary, which is very, very month per month, which is good. But of course, I can always try for better income. So I'm currently focusing on on the business side and also like on the coaching side itself. I call myself a CEO, so Chief Everything Officer.
That's right.
So I'm the boss. I'm the boss, but I'm also the one who need to I need to edit videos. I need to edit pictures.
You're the boss, your marketing, your video and audio, your everything. Head coach.
I'm Chief Everything Officer. But and there are things that I like to do. There are things that I don't like to do, like editing stuff. I don't like to do it. Finding good angles, to record myself. I don't like it, but that actually pressures me to work even harder so that one day I can outsource them the stuff that I don't like to other people. Yeah. I just wake up every single day, even if I need to edit videos. I was like, one day you do not have to do this. You just need to do this right now. Okay, work on this right now so that one day you can hire someone else to do this for you. So I'm very, so that's like my prime mover for what I'm doing right now, even though it's exhausting, but I really love the flexibility that I have. Like right now, everyone else is at the office and I'm not, and I can still do at my own pace. I like to go to the gym in the morning, like I always say, right? So I can still go to the gym in the morning, not crowded at all. I love it. And I love to see all my clients. Most of my clients are just working out at home. Actually, all my clients are working out at home. Only one person works out at the gym. So trying to find the niche, okay? And in Malaysia, it's like the biggest niche I can see is that people who don't know how to work out at all, and we just teach them how to work out, right?
Yeah.
So most of my clients are working out at home, and trying to find. So that's why I say I don't have to be the best not the best trainer. I don't have to learn how I want to program a power lifter with a people who just started, right? So it gives I love my job a lot right now. Seeing people achieve their fitness goal or progressing towards their fitness goals, it just makes me so happy. And I just I am so excited to wake up every single day and change lives. That's what I love about my job a lot. I don't know what we are talking about at first, but I love my job.
No, that's okay. I like that term though, CEO, Chief Everything Officer. I like that a lot. I'm the same way. I go back and forth. I like content because it's a creative outlet. So it's fun to make certain things. This is fun. But the editing for this is almost zero, right? I set up everything, which takes a minute. I hit the record button. And then when I'm done, I open up this, little app I use and I edit some stuff, which takes again, 2 or 3 minutes. I can't wait because I have so many wonderful ideas. And could I learn it? 1000% I could learn it. I definitely know I can tell this is out of my domain of what I work well with. I could probably learn to edit YouTube videos to some extent, but for me, it's my artistic ability caps at a certain point, and I can only I have all these great ideas and it's hard to implement them because I don't have that artistic vision that some people do, and it is time consuming, right? The amount of time I spend, it sounds silly, but when I do a full week's worth of content, whether it's Instagram and making sure I come up with good topics, making sure it's written out properly, making sure I record it, making sure it's good takes, making sure this is here, making sure all my Canvas stuff is done. I'm spending, you can roughly assume that each post is, 30 minutes to an hour of content. It's a lot, right? It'd be great if I had someone that's hey, I want to do a cool YouTube video about speed training. Can you record me doing some stuff and talking and then you handle the rest? Sure. Like, I can't wait for that day. It's gonna happen. But yeah, as of right now, we're doing everything and we're doing the best that we can.
So you are also the CEO.
Oh, I am the CEO as well. I am the founder, head coach, marketing expert of the Shift Method Fitness and Education LLC.
I'm the
Nur. That's right.
I'm the coffee maker,
The coffee maker. That's actually the most important role.
Yeah.
I don't have coffee with me right now, but when boss needs coffee, I make sure boss has coffee.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, to kind of, we touched a little bit about Barbella.My. So before we go into like some specifics about it, I want to kind of ask you, what would you say is your favorite part about being a coach specifically, or being a personal trainer? Like, what is it that, you talked about like why you want to do it, but what's your favorite part that you've realized now that you've been a coach for a little bit?
Favorite part. I think it's when people don't just look at the skill and they find confidence. They feel confidence in their body. I think that is my favorite part. Once I got my clients say like, I don't lose any weight, but I lose inch, and I'm so happy about it. And I was like, yes, that's my girl. That's my girl. Yeah. So that's like the best thing, I think. The feeling of knowing that we educate them not only to just look at the skill. I mean, a skill is one good indicator for your progress, but something else that you cannot get from anywhere, which is like gaining your confidence back, feeling comfortable in your body, show up. Because I think once you are confident, you can show up to the world and bring good things,
Yeah.
But if you're not confident, you're just gonna be there and like not doing, like not starting anything because you're not confident enough that you are capable of doing that. So bringing back confidence is like one big thing.
Yeah. Making yourself small doesn't help anyone. So oftentimes, and this, I think I'll speak a little anecdote. There's some research about it. Like if you read, I think the book is called iGen. I kind of fall in that weird, I was born in 1996. So I fall in kind of like a weird middle line between, what might be, I think it's like millennials versus Gen Z. But anecdotally speaking, what I've noticed with people roughly between the ages of 20 to 25 right now, I can't speak too much about the people younger than that, because I don't usually interact with too many people under the age of 20, maybe 18 at the youngest, is that confidence is at an all-time low. Perfectionism is at an all-time high. But these kids, man, like if you look at like some of the resumes and like what they like, I'll never forget reading Purdue resumes. And I was like, people talking about like going to other countries and like starting clubs and organizations and having these jobs. And like you talk to anyone, like they're at least like really proficient in like 2 or 3 things. Like very rarely do you meet someone nowadays. It's like, yeah, I got one thing under my belt. Because our economy and like the way the world is right now is so dynamic, people have to be good at a lot of things, right? It's not enough just to be good at programming. You have to also make good content for people to know about your programming. It's not just good enough to, be a good chef. You also have to find ways that work with your business to work. Can you deliver meals to people? So our generation is really good at being pretty good or pretty solid at multiple things, but their confidence is really low. And then they're worried because they're not perfect at anything in particular, that they can't really do their thing or share their thing with the world. But when someone's confidence goes up, when the anxiety and self-doubt comes down just for a minute, and you see the person and you see how they radiate and how excited they get, and then you see how they walk, how they stand up, how they go about talking, and how they maybe start even get excited and start doing some of the things that they are good at or that they're passionate about. That to me is like one of the coolest things that I ever see, right? And I think if we can just, and that does come with being active, right? People are just a little bit more active. If we're, as coaches and as clients, if we humble ourselves to say, hey, like, here's where we're starting, right? You're currently not active at all. We're just going to have you go to the gym 1 day a week. People are like, no, I got to go 5 days a week. I have to go for 60 minutes. I got to do cardio and strength training. I have to do all of these things. It's like, no, you don't. You're currently doing nothing. Let's just start here. Humble ourselves. Let's just do one thing at a time. And then next week we'll do 2 things, and then 3, and then 4, right? Little steps, incremental shifts over time, getting better and better. Confidence goes up. You start doing the things you love. You start feeling good about yourself. You start sharing with the world. That is a beautiful thing, if there ever was one.
True. Yeah. 100%. That's why I always encourage people to build a good habit instead of doing all that stuff at one time and not doing it at all.
Yeah.
So
motivation versus discipline, right? Anyone can go to the gym for a week straight and burn themselves out. It takes discipline, habits, consistency to go 5 days a week for multiple years.
True. And I think a lot of people misunderstand when they want to sign up to my program, right? And I have this set of questions that I would ask them before I make their programs. And one of the questions is how many times are you currently working out? And most of my clients never works out, or maybe going for a jog for 1 time a week. And then they think because they pay for my program, they have invested a lot, they need to optimize and use all of it for it to be worth it, So how many times, that when it comes to the question to how many times do you want to work out, we often want, okay, I'm paying for this, so I need to use it as much as I can. I want to work out 6 times a week. That's crazy, right? From 1 time a week to 6 times a week.
Yeah, that's not gonna last.
yeah. I mean, that's not gonna last. Maybe it's gonna last for a month, for a week, but not even for a month. You're gonna be exhausted for working out 6 times a week, right?
Yeah.
So that's our part to do, to educate them to actually be reasonable with what they want to do. If you're working out 1 time a week and never do strength training, you're gonna give up very, very easily the first week because you are sore.
And then you beat yourself up, right? Then it's that vicious cycle. It's I couldn't do 6 days a week. Why am I sore? Why am I tired? I guess I am just worthless and shouldn't do this thing anyway. So it's just it's this self-defeating cycle.
Yeah, that's why build the habit. If you can work out 1 time a week, I can program you for 1 time a week, as long as you do it. And it's a small victory that will push us even more in the future, right? Okay, I got I work out 1 time a week this week. That means that I achieved my goal for this week. Next week, let's see if I can work out 2 times. Or even if we program 1 time a week and they actually work out 2 times, they feel beyond success,
Yeah.
So, but if you program someone for 6 times a week when they never work out before this, and they can only achieve 3, that's actually a victory, but they don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Because they don't achieve that 6 times a week workout. So building a habit is another thing aside from just programming people. That's something that we need to build, and that's another thing to, I think, a lot of trainers need to consider about, because we are not just wanting them to do all the workouts when they are with me or with us. We want them to build a healthy lifestyle, so that once they don't have a trainer, they still work out, they can still do all this stuff on their own. And I really, okay, so I learned business, right?
Yes.
And it very contradicts what I learned from what I am applying right now, because in business, what we want is we want to let them stay with us as long as we can, make them a loyal customer so that we get more profit, right?
Yeah.
And I do think about that when I first started. I was but in fitness, our main goal is to make sure that one day when they don't need us anymore, okay, one day they will not need us anymore. They won't be, nobody will stay with us until like the end, like until the end of their life. So, but how, like, we are not thinking how to make them stay, but instead we are thinking of how many other like lives that we can change once this person has succeeded in their like fitness journey, right?
100%.
So yeah, that is like a game changer when I change my mindset like that. Because before this, I thought like it's very, very hard to like get a client. So once I get a client, I need to make them depend on me. Okay.
Right.
I need to show them like 100% so that they depend on me, and they will like pay for another month and another month and another month, right? But the truth is, we need to aim for like how we can make them build a healthy habit as not as fast as possible on their own pace, but as effective and efficient as possible, so that they can have their life together. Once they don't have a trainer, they can still live a healthy lifestyle. And how can we also like find other people that we can help and change their life? So that is how we make, profit. Like, all business need profit, right? We need income. Yeah, but our main goal as a fitness professionals should not be how to like make them depend on us for the rest of their life.
Right.
We need to change more lives.
I 1000% agree. And here's the thing, right? A couple points on that. Like, there's no shortage of people who need advice and education and support for being active. So to think like, oh, well, I got these couple clients, I need to hold on to them, right? I'm getting a steady flow of income from them, I need to not let go. There are literally billions of people on this planet that need or would benefit from a personal trainer. We can work with athletes. We can work with the elderly. We can work with women who are pregnant. We can work with youth. We can work with the general public. We can work with those struggling with disease, right? Everyone has the potential to be a client. We can work with people who are in shape. They just want to, be challenged and have someone who knows more than they do write their programming.
True.
There's no shortage of people. Almost anyone can be a client. But once you get someone, especially when you're first starting off, it's very hard to get your first couple of clients. So I understand. But if you're holding on to them, and I've said this in other podcasts, if you've been working with a client for, say 3 to 4 years, and that client wouldn't be able to, write their own workout for a couple of weeks while you took a vacation, there's a problem. That means that you didn't take the time to help give them education, to help empower them to learn how to do things on their own. You might always have a client where like, it's like, hey, like, I just really like working out with you because like I feel challenged and motivated. I just want to see you once or twice a week. That's cool. You might have a lifelong client. That's awesome. But if I have someone, I'm seeing them 5 times a week, and like, if I was gone, they wouldn't know like their way around the gym or how to squat or like how to like at least have an idea of how to work out, that should be a big red flag. And that's not to, knock anyone down. Like, I understand. I really like that, actually, Nur. I think it's a good idea that you went the business route, because I think that we don't talk about that in exercise science. It's always programming. It's always the physiology, the anatomy, the biomechanics, which is all important. But you got to know how to sell yourself. You got to know how to structure pricing models. You got to know how to create, revenue streams. You got to know how to find your target audience or your niche or your target population. You got to know how to do a competitive analysis. And those are things that usually aren't taught very extensively. When I went to undergrad, and I had a really good program. There was one specific course, and it was a great course, but only one course that focused on business with exercise science. That's why I minored in entrepreneurship, which was an amazing experience to help learn and gain more knowledge. At Purdue University, I believe there might be 2, but I believe there's only one course as well that focuses on the business side of personal training or fitness in general. So yes, you got to learn how to get clients. Yes, you got to learn marketing strategies. Yeah, you got to keep the lights on and pay the bills. But at the end of the day, man, it should be, can this person move on from me after a period of time, after working towards their goals? That's the ultimate business model, in my opinion.
True, true. And while you say that you only have like one class undergrad and one class when you're taking your master, my classes are all about how to make more money.
Yeah.
So I was stuck in that mindset too at first. I was like, how to make more money? Like once you get this much money, you know, it's not enough. You need to make more and more and more. But it's not aligned. What I would say, it's not aligned with like the fitness as a fitness professional. And to break out from that mindset of just like making them whole onto us, to like letting them go and find other people that we can help. And the word is help, not like the other people that we can profit on.
Right.
The other people that we can help is actually something that I myself need to like search on, and like change my mindset from just like, you know, just getting money, but not creating valuable things to other people and not changing their life. So, I mean, of course, it is easier to program someone who you already work for a couple months, right? And then it's way easier. You know them already. You know what they like, what they don't like. You know them as a person, and it's so much easier for you to write a program for them. And it's very, very challenging. And it if in the coaching side, I think the most challenging part is when you onboard new clients. You know, like you're not knowing what they like especially if they never works out, you know.
Yeah.
Like you have no idea what they like, what they don't like. This, like a lot of people don't have even dumbbells at home, so I need to be like creative with like using backpack, using detergents, whatever it is, right? To make programs. It's so hard, but I know that I am like when you are in a mindset of you are changing lives, you are making the world a better place, you won't see that as a burden. You see that as a, you know, as a responsibility, your responsibility to them, to make them healthier, to make the world a better place.
That's right. And if you're in it for the money, you know, you can make a lot of money in training, but people aren't stupid. People can tell when you're not being genuine in terms of taking interest in their life versus just you're trying to get a buck out of them, right? If you are a good trainer, if you are genuine, you follow your word, and you genuinely care about your person that you're working with, the money will come because people will see, oh, I'm getting results. My trainer cares about me. They do they do great work. They're very, detail oriented, and they just check all the boxes, right? You don't have to worry about people paying you because the money will come. People will just be like, please take my money. You don't have to worry about asking like, oh God, can I ask? This is a lot of money for me to ask my client or to increase my prices. If you're doing the right thing, people will come and people will pay. So those who are thinking about, should I start programming for people? Should I do this? As long as your intent is pure and centered around trying to make the world a better place and help people, be more active, you can't go wrong with that.
True. And start now.
Start now and take action.
Start now. Yeah. Don't wait don't wait to graduate. Don't wait for like when you have more time. Just start now.
Take action.
You will get better over time.
That's right. Now, the last kind of area I want to talk about is specifically about your company, Barbella.My. I know you mentioned it a little bit here and there as we talked through tonight. And so this is an interesting area, right? For those who are just listening and can't see Nur in her nice little apartment, right? What you don't know, or what you may not be able to know, is that yes, she's from Malaysia, but she's also a Muslim woman. So from Malaysia, being a woman, being a Muslim, then coming to the States and getting into working on fitness, that's not necessarily always the most culturally accepted thing, right? How has that been, trying to get involved in working out, specifically resistance training? Because I know, depending on where you are, some people view like, oh, this is more for women, this is more for men. How have you adjusted to those pressures? And then also just, focusing on young women specifically, how have you gone about that with your training?
Mm-hmm. At first, it was a really scary thing to do, of course, because in my head, I already know what people are gonna say, and some of it are true, and some of it is just me making stuff up in my head. Okay, and I think the thing, I am trying to find like a really good circle, and I already have like a really good circle, especially on Twitter. All these fitness enthusiasts, all the personal trainers. I have like a couple of female trainers. I am friends with dietitians now. We are strong because we have each other. In Twitter, people are very, very outspoken, of course, compared to like Instagram. Instagram is all like, oh, you're so cute.
I stay away from Twitter, man. I just hear it's
horrible. But Twitter is another level of, I mean, there are always good things and bad things about social media, right? But people in Twitter, they are more outspoken, and we have all these like guys who are like Mr. Know-it-all kind of guy, who like, your plank is wrong, like you do it wrong, you shouldn't do it like this. Like, I'm just sharing my workout, and like some people, throw stuff, like I'm not a good trainer, because
they have nothing better to do but to go on some lady's tweet or go on someone's video and comment. Like, they have nothing better to do in their day.
Yeah. and because I have like a really good friend right now, with another trainer. I know her from Instagram, actually, and it just happened that our house is like very, very close to each other. Never know that. Never been in the same school or anything. And she actually started way before me. Not way before me, maybe like a year before me. And one of her video went viral. It was her lifting, like, I don't know if this makes sense to you, but it's like like how some houses cook with gas instead of so we have this like really big, I think it's like
a propane tank, right?
Yeah,
like propane gas.
Yeah, but it's like a really big, it's like as big as maybe a little bit smaller than a keg.
Okay.
But when it's empty, it's not that heavy. But she was lifting that, and just like showing her video out. She was like, it's quarantine. There is no reason for you to not to work out. It was this video was last year.
Yeah.
And that video went viral, and a lot of people was like saying to her like, oh, you're gonna get uterus prolapse. Oh, like you better do the house chores. You're not doing house chores. You just like lifting heavy stuff. Like she got like a lot of hate.
Yeah.
But a lot of support too, of course. And I wasn't like really close to her that time. But I was like already friends with her. So she already faced a lot more than I do, because like people know her. She reached more audience than I do. So I would talk a lot about like in behalf of her, because I think if she's here, I would ask her to speak to you. But she got lots of hate. I mean, a lot of support and also a lot of hate. As a Muslim woman, sometimes like we tried so hard to like cover up stuff, but people still like, you should cover your butt. You should cover your this and that. Come on, we're trying our best to like cover stuff. Just don't look at it. Like, I'm not wearing anything. I think like you can wear anything you want, of course, and we choose to like cover ourselves. But some people just look at it as like, you're not covering enough. Well, we are trying our best to be a better Muslims. and so on. So she faced a lot more challenges than I do, just because she has more audience. And but we do have each other. Once that happened, like we're gonna screenshot and like send it to each other. It's like this guy blocked, and like we're gonna like spill tea and stuff to each other. Yeah, but there are a lot. People need to understand, as a trainer, we are not perfect, and we are also progressing, right? That's what people don't understand. Once people see you as a trainer, they think that your squat is perfect. Okay, your whatever you are doing is perfect. You should not do any mistakes in exercise.
Impossible.
Which is very, very wrong. Which is very, very impossible, right? Because and I always tell people, like, even people in Olympics, they have coaches. Why would they have coaches? Why aren't they a coach?
If you're the best in the world, why do you need a coach?
Yeah. Like, why don't the coach be in the Olympic, right?
Or that, exactly.
If he's the best. So people need to understand that we are also progressing, and we celebrate each other's progress, not just like you are doing things wrong.
Number one, I doubt they even know what they're talking about. They probably read something online, or in their head they think they know.
They're probably on roids anyway.
They're probably on right. They're a little angry today. They're a little furious, but the fact that they went to your page, even though they don't know you, to look at your video and commenting on it, I don't know. I feel bad for them, because it's like, wow, you're wasting your energy, your time, your frustration, your physiological resources to, put a negative comment towards me. And on top of that, if I had to guess, I guarantee, and this is the petty part, right? I'm not a very petty person, but I'll get petty for a minute, Nur. I'll do it. I guarantee you squat much more than most people who are complaining or giving you negative attention, or saying you shouldn't be working out, you're not allowed to be in the gym, or why are you doing this, or you're this person, so you shouldn't be doing this, or your form is crap, right? Those same people, again, you shouldn't value someone based on how much weight they lift, but like the people who are going to, have the loudest voice, if you stacked up next to them in terms of knowledge, expertise, and experience in the gym, I'm going to err on the side that you probably are going to beat them 99% of the time.
I get it. Like, some people, sometimes we just share our videos of like squatting, right?
Yeah.
Or like hip thrusting. Like I hip thrust 100 kgs the other day for 10 reps.
For Americans with freedom units, that's 220 pounds. Right?
But and I'm like 125 pounds.
There you go. There you go.
And then I think like people in Malaysia, they don't really know much about hip thrust, I guess. And like, I'm just posting videos on Twitter of hip thrust, right? And this random guy was like, what exercise are you doing? I've never seen that. It looks bad for your back. And I was like, excuse me.
Thanks, coach. Who are you?
And then it was like, this must be someone who never works on their legs. Never works on leg day, right?
That's
they
right.
skip leg day. That's why they don't know what's hip thrust. And it's just like, it doesn't make sense at all. Like, why would you say that? Like, if you don't have anything good to say, you don't have to make yourself look full, right?
Yeah.
And then like some people was just like, oh, how much are you squatting? 80 kgs. Oh, I squat 130. And I was like,
good for you.
Like, you are comparing your strength, and like I'm just sharing my squat, by the way. I'm not just like, how much do you squat? You can't squat more than me. I'm not saying that. I'm just sharing my squat. And then suddenly you're like, oh, I squat 130. I was like, okay. First, we are not friends. So like, if we are friends, I know like we can roast each other.
Yeah.
But and then you're comparing your strength to me. This is a joke. This must be a joke, right? But it happens. But you just need to like know what you should take and what you should not, what you should ignore. So I learned that a lot more, to just ignore the stuff that at first I thought I need to reply, Like, of course I need to reply to defend myself and like, come on, I'm just like 125, I'm squatting this much. It's like a lot of weight for me compared to you, 220 pounds squatting on, like, yeah, I can go all day ranting about that. But sometimes we just don't have to talk to the fools,
Yeah,
We just don't
why
have
waste like I say, why waste the breath, the physiological resources to respond to someone who has no context of your life and what you're doing?
True. So that happens. Also like the one about like as a Muslim, that happens too when it comes about covering stuff. But I know I'm trying my best. Whenever we record each other, we always like, okay, I don't like this angle, do it from the other angle.
Yeah.
Trying our best, putting emojis on our videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But if people still want to like comments about it, like I have no time I have no time and energy to reply to that. So
That's right.
I got my friends. My friends got me. I got a really good circles to like back me up if things happen. So but that is something I need to learn how to like not make that drain my energy for the day, because at first it does drain my energy. I think like I spend a whole day on my phone replying on Twitter,
Yeah.
trying to like defend myself. But now it's just like they are having fake profiles anyway, some of them, right? So
Yeah.
just spend time on people like that, and find a good circle. I would say people who support what you are doing, people who understands you, and that's how I think like I don't have that mindset or like that scares anymore, because I think what once you know that what you are doing is right,
Yes.
you don't have to explain to other people. Yeah.
You do not have to. That's a really important thing, right? And you have to think critically about, because we make mistakes, right? When you make mistakes, you have to own up to it. Like if I'm sure it's going to happen at some point, like I make a post about a particular exercise or science that comes out, I'll be the first one when I find out to be like, hey guys, correction. I said this in the past, but here's actually my viewpoint has changed, right? I'll be the 1st one. If you truly analyze yourself honestly and realize that you didn't do anything wrong, you have no need to defend yourself, and you have no need to apologize for anything. End of discussion. End of discussion. If you truly feel that way, move on. That's all I'll say about that. Now, when it comes to, and I remember this conversation distinctly, but if I get any of the details wrong, please correct me, because I want to make sure I'm accurate with this. You mentioned about being, a Muslim woman and the challenges that come with that. In the States, things are getting, I would say, better in general in terms of equality and just overall the social norms with men and women in terms of being active, being in the gym, and the type of exercises that you do, right? It's definitely changing for the positive, in my opinion. I remember we were having a conversation one day and you were talking about how in Malaysia, there are gyms, but more or less the gyms are segregated in some capacity, right? Where like the women are expected to, I don't know if it was they were required or they're just expected to be.
There's like a room. There's like another room for like women's only.
Gotcha. And are women allowed to go into is there a men's only section where the women can't go into? Or
I think now people just go, like don't say that it's a men's like section or anything.
Yeah.
But so like practically women and men can be there. But every time like we because like, we went to me and my friend, we go to 2 different gyms. For leg days is like one at the gym, and for like upper body days is another gym, just because we like different equipments there. So for like the upper body days gym that we go, this is like there are a lot of, I think majority of them are Chinese, so they don't have that mindset of like cover up or anything. So we are free. There are a lot of like Chinese women also there. I just never see other Muslim women there. But for the leg day one, there is like a room for like women's, and there's like a couple of treadmills, some colorful dumbbells, a bench, some stuff. But we always go to like the the general section, right? And I think every time we go, it's never in my life that we see other girls in that section, because like that gym have more like Muslim people.
Yeah,
we never see other Muslim girls. We never see other girls actually there. So, but we do our stuff. I mean, we know what we are doing. We squat a lot.
That's right.
I mean, even if we only squat the bar, I would still be there now.
That's right. You're allowed to be in your space, man.
True. That's why one of the things that I put on my bio on Instagram, on Barbella Instagram, is I want to encourage women to take up space, because I think it's very, very important for them to know that we have our own rights on that space, on any space, like in the office, at the gym, wherever it is. You need to take up the space, because you have
a hell of a mission statement. Yeah, I like that.
Because the gym is yours. You pay to get in there. You get the rights to use that space. So that is like one thing that I encourage people. And I think one thing with Barbella, I think in the future, what I really want to do is I want to encourage more women to like be comfortable working out at the gym. But most things I am doing now is online, so I can't be there with them at the gym. So that thing is something that I still like. I'm gonna work on in the future. But that's why that is in my mission statement, because I really want to see more women at the gym. We need to take up the space.
That's right. That's right. Or maybe just one day you have to open up your own gym.
That's true. That's another aim. It's just it requires a lot of money.
Absolutely, but not impossible.
But not impossible. And actually, Barbella.My, I made Barbella.My because I was like, I have this big dream, what MY is like for Malaysia. Once I grow bigger, I might have Barbella.SG, which is Singapore. I might have Barbella something else, like opening branches around the world, just to encourage more women to be comfortable at the gym, take up space. So that's why it's Barbella.My.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, do you train Malaysian women exclusively at this point in time, or is your training opening up to anyone, male and women, inside of Malaysia, outside? Who are you training currently, or are you open to training?
I'm currently training Malaysian women. Only. I don't know if I wanna. I just wanna focus, because I think if I want to like train a lot of people, like I do think about like training people in the US, but I need to make another material, videos, educational stuff for because I do have my materials now for like my programs, and it requires a lot.
Yeah.
How many to like record yourself, right?
No, of course.
So maybe one day, especially once I want to like go to Singapore and like expand to Singapore, people there speak more English than Malay. So I think at that point I might be able to like sell programs and stuff for like people outside Malaysia. But for now, loving the community that I have right now.
And now, primarily with the clients that you do have, the Malaysian women, are you doing primarily, I think you said programming, like writing their workouts, telling them what to do, or do you do a combination of writing some programs and then doing some in person?
Yeah, it's a combination of two. I actually have in person, like face-to-face, in person, I mean the virtual workout, and I have like writing programs, but this one also get one virtual session, because like I said, most of my clients beginners, they don't know much, and I think it's very, very important for me to check their forms at least for like the basic movement to make sure that they are on the right track throughout the programs. And I do like the one virtual session every month. So it's basically like the jumpstart program that we have at Purdue, right? Remember?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's basically like that. That's what I'm implementing here. So I check out with them. But I think just a little bit more than a jumpstart, I think, because I check out on them, making sure that they are making progress, but also making sure that they learn how to, do the movement properly. Because I think as a personal trainers, that is our number one main goal and our number one expertise, right? Make sure that they are working out right. Yeah.
Yes. Last thing I kind of want to touch on.
Wow.
Where are you hoping to go with this in the future? I know that you kind of mentioned, maybe one day, Singapore or somewhere else and expanding, but have you given thought about, future aspirations, like big picture, here's what I want it to look like, Barbella.My, or whatever your mission that you're trying to accomplish?
Wow. I like to talk about dreams because I dream big. It's just not, happening yet, but I like to dream big. And 1 year before this, I think if you are talking to me like last year, I wouldn't say this, but now I think I have more confidence in Barbella, especially. I would see Barbella as, a company where we have like office, we have few trainers under us. Maybe like, another 5-6 trainers that I can work with. And then, of course, video editor, because I don't want to do that.
Yep.
I want to be able to like hire some people, especially, okay, one thing I think I need to like bring on is that in Malaysia, people are very into like the academic side, which is like you need to get straight A's in high school and stuff like that. And I think we overlook the people who are like very active in like sports, and we think that they are not successful, and my goal is like I want them, I want to guide them to like the right path, getting certification, and actually do what they love, and not letting, like the high school straight A's be, what they are worth with. Because I think these people, they have a lot of potential, just not in academics,
Right.
They can still get degrees, but, everyone is looking at like medicine degrees, business, when it comes to like sports science and everything like that in Malaysia, it's still like people don't look that much on that, which I think it can be a really big thing, because for your information, Malaysia is number one obesity rate in Southeast Asia. So I think there are a lot of things that we as a fitness professional can do to help with that, We don't want like you remember Jeremy?
Yes.
Yes, you remember, right?
Yes.
I remember he said that he started his company because Indiana was like number 1 or number 2, like obese states in the US. Yeah. So I was like, wow, yeah, Malaysia is like number 1 obese country in Southeast Asia. I need to do something, And we have these people who I can take, because maybe other people think that they are not, successful academically, but they can do something else, because they have their own expertise in sports, especially. So I do want to hire these people, be in my team, and then educate more people. And then I do have like one other things that I want to do, which 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 is far from like not far. I do want to sell water bottles. I think one day Barbella will sell water bottles.
There you go. That's a
Yeah,
cool
like
thing,
blender
man.
bottles. Like blender bottles.
Yeah.
I do want to sell. I do want to sell that and be just as successful as blender bottle. But that is like another side of other than coaching. I just want to focus on coaching first right now. But one day, look at me. Look at me. One day, Barbella will sell water bottles too. Because you have no idea how much I love water bottles. And I only do what I like to do, right? I am gonna go all out with what I am really passionate about. So I am really passionate about fitness, and I have proven that from business I go into fitness. I don't care whatever people are gonna say. You have no idea. Like right now, if I go back to like my hometown, meeting my grandma, my aunties and uncles, they all like, it's okay, you're gonna find a job one day. And I was like, okay, thank you.
I have a job. What you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, they don't understand that this is a job. Okay, they don't understand what is a trainer. What is like, yeah, they don't understand that job. So whenever because like, if we go with the flow of like other people, it's gonna be like you graduate and you find a job, right? It's not like you graduate, you build your own business, and that's your job, right? Yeah. And I'm not gonna go to them and like say I'm the CEO of Barbella. Like, they don't even know what the heck am I doing. They're not even on Instagram. So people still think about that, but I was like, it's okay. One day I'll just like come back to my hometown, to my uncle and aunties, bringing a car. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I think we need to show them that this is a job. This is an actual job, not like just, working out on Instagram and do nothing about it. I am changing people's life. And I'm gonna sell water bottles, of course. But I don't know why I went there, but yeah.
No, we're talking about aspirations.
I don't know what we were talking about.
That's exactly what we were talking about.
And that is my what I want to see Barbella in the future, building like a family of people who have the same passion and just want to make the world a better place, not just for profits. Profit is another thing, but number one thing is how many people we can help and how many people can we change their lives to a better one.
It's always a great business model. And just know when you do, not if, when you make those water bottles, promise you I'll be the first one to buy it.
Okay.
Deal?
Deal.
Awesome.
We'll see.
Nor if there's...
Now I want to research how to sell water bottles.
Starts making it right away, right? Nor if there's one word I could use to describe you, from getting to know you, kind of just your journey, Malaysia to Washington to Purdue to back to being in finance. Now you're in personal training, being a Muslim woman in Malaysia, and all the things you do, despite, at times struggling with confidence and trying to your best to help people. If there's one word I can use to describe you, that would be that you are extremely, extremely, extremely. Wow, I just lost my train of thought. That is a horrible thing. See, I go on this rant and I'm like, I had this wonderful word all built up. Oh my God. You are extremely courageous.
Thank you.
Courageous person. That was so funny. I built it all up and I just had one of those blonde moments where it disappeared. That was hilarious. But yes, you're an extremely courageous person to do all these things, to challenge yourself, to go outside of your domain of expertise at the time, to push yourself, even though it was hard and you were struggling with the idea of doing so. To do all that is very, very courageous.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I thought I'm gonna cry in this session, but because can you remember how many times I go to you, I was just crying. I think I'm like getting stronger physically and mentally now. Now that I believe in myself even more, I love myself even more. I strive for progress, not perfection, but I'm still trying,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think I've progressed a lot, and I just like, if I remember back who I was before, like 2-3 years ago, I was like, wow, you are so cute. You are so cute and innocent. I would tell that to myself because I was innocent. And like I want to bring this up just a couple of minutes.
Mhm.
I don't know if you still remember or not, but like the first email that I sent you, okay, the one that after the corrective workshop,
Mhm.
right? And then I say I want to meet you. I don't know if I think it was that time. I need to find that email. I say to you like I want to be a fitness consultant or like a personal trainer in the future, but I just don't think that my how I look and how my body is and everything will fit the job,
Mhm.
the job description. Which is when I think about it, wow, that's how much you hate your body and yourself.
Mhm.
Like if I think about it again, right? Like I look okay. I wasn't like my I was okay. I was perfectly fine and healthy.
Yeah.
But I still think that my body is not enough. And in order to be a personal trainer, I need to have like, six packs and all that stuff. While all you need is actually knowledge and compassionate towards your clients. That's all you need. You need knowledge and you need to understand your clients. That's all. I mean, of course, people are gonna like be attracted to like people who have like six packs, but you like come on, like if you have six packs, that doesn't mean your client will have six packs too, right?
And it doesn't mean that you know anything about programming just because you have a six
True,
pack.
true. So that's why I still think about it right now. How my email with you, our first email. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
You've come a long way.
Yeah. And now it's just like, I mean, like, I'm very, very happy with my body. I'm very, very happy with myself. Very confident, I would say, with what I know. And I've helped like more than 30 people now, 30 women. That's amazing. And fun
That is
fact,
amazing.
I don't know why, but I never get a male client at Purdue too. So in my life, I've never trained guys.
Mm.
Like it was like at Purdue, you guys are the one who gave me clients, right?
Mhm.
I never like really choose like who I want to work with, but it was just like I think I am meant to help women. So never in my life, like I was about to get one client, and then suddenly he said he doesn't want a senior because I was like on my last semester.
Right.
Yeah, because he want to like work with the same trainer for a couple of years. So I was like, oh, I was about to get a guy, and then God said nope. You're gonna go work with a girl. Yeah. So
There you go.
that's why I think like my experience working with like women and girls, different backgrounds, I just love it, and I think it's just meant for me. Still love what I do, and I think I will love this forever. Wow.
Wow, was right. See, people, we all make mistakes, right? I couldn't say a word. Nur, one of the most courageous women, people, personal trainers I know. If you would like to follow her, you don't have to just be a Malaysian woman to follow her content because she makes great content, whether it's just motivational stuff, educational. Go ahead and follow her over at Barbella.My. I'll make sure to put the handle in the description below. Nur, is there anywhere else you want to plug for people to follow you or look at content or anything like that?
Not yet, but hopefully one day I will be on YouTube. But
Coming
I will
soon.
announce it on Barbella.My. Yeah, one day. It's just not today. No, I will start very soon. I think it's just more excuses. No. One day I will be on YouTube, giving more educational stuff to learn. Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. And
Especially
as a,
the women, because I really want to focus on women's and their health, their body, their confidence, and everything about women.
looking forward to seeing it. So stay tuned for YouTube, exciting content that Nur is going to put out. And as always, y'all know where you can find me, theshiftmethod.org. Little announcement, I'm actually opening up some spots for programming for online clients. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, please let me know. You could DM or go over to theshiftmethod.org, click any of the Take Action Now buttons. All the services are there. But of course, you can fill out a form and I will contact you within 24 hours. Again, theshiftmethod.org. We also got shirts. We still got masks on there as well. And of course, the_shift_method. That's the Instagram handle. We got content almost daily for all of you. And be sure to check out Spotify and YouTube for our older videos. Nur, thank you.
Yes. Sorry, Mom, I'm on Spotify.
That's right. That
and
is
YouTube.
right. That is 100% right. You're going to be. But Nur, thank you so much. This was an awesome conversation and it was so good to see you again. And I am, like I said, beyond proud of you for all that you're doing. And man, you're a courageous person. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. I want to take a picture.
You go ahead.
Do you end this first?
We can go ahead and end it.
Okay.
Take care, everyone. See y'all in the next one.